Well, it's a little before the first of the month, so that means it's time for Cap's Recap, my monthly channel update thing. Yeah, not actually doing this on April 1st because it just feels weird to do a channel update on April Fool's Day. So, yeah, the channel. Sorry about how sporadic updates were over the last week. Because for the past 2 weeks, we've been working from home due to the situation. And the first week, I was like, okay, you know what? This is going to be fine. And for the most part, it was, because we were doing like 5-hour shifts every day. Like one day you'll be doing 5 hours of taking calls, and then the next day 5 hours of taking emails and working on tickets and requests and stuff. And it was a nice little setup. But then, I don't want to dwell on this too much because I'm going to rant, and this is already a take 2 because I just went on way too long in the initial take. But long story short, the person who was on call during the first week, she didn't have to deal with the little like 5-hour alternate thing. So yeah, she was all set with that. But then last Monday, she did her first morning of calls and was complaining about how that's too much work for one person, despite the fact that no one else complained about it and was able to deal with it themselves, including people newer than her. But yeah, heading into rant territory again, pull it back. But yeah, because of that, now we're doing like our full schedules at home as if we were going into the office. So yay, working 8 to 5 instead of like 7 to noon one day and noon to 5 the next day. It's pretty great. Pretty great. And I had my reservations about this. I even brought it up to the boss. Like, I don't think this is the best idea. There's not going to be a way for you to make sure people are actually doing work and blah, blah, blah. But he was like, oh, don't worry. I'll make sure of it. I'll even step in if I have to. And that's how we ended up with 18 calls in the queue that were just unaddressed, and so I had to go ahead and do that, and I stayed working the 6 one day. Yeah, great times, but yeah, didn't think I was going to be really affected by the whole situation as much as I was, but yeah, it's been rough, especially since we're rolling out 2-factor authentication in a place where there's like 60% of the workforce is over the age of 50. So they're not handling it really well at all. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully be able to get back to regular uploads. I think I sort of have like a good handle of the schedule change now. Emphasis on think. So should be ready to go moving forward. So yeah, that means that Phoenix Wright and Tokyo Mirage sessions will be ending way later than I anticipated, but that's fine. So yeah, that's that. Phoenix Wright will more than likely be ending in April. And then after that, we'll be going into, want to make sure, I think I always get the order messed up. Yep, after Phoenix Wright will be Kid Icarus Uprising. I can't wait. Seriously, I can't. That game is amazing. One of my favorite 3DS games. I hold it in my top 5. The controls aren't that bad. They do take a while to get used to, but they're not that bad. But yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising after Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. We're on the last trial, so shouldn't take too long for that. After Tokyo Mirage Sessions, well, I don't even see Tokyo Mirage Sessions ending in April. It could, but I know that there's a lot of game left. I mean, yeah, I did just finish up chapter 2, and I'm still in the process of working on the requests for the intermission. which is like another reason why I'm just like kind of behind. I love recording collectathon parts. Well, I call them that, but it's like when I was doing like random side things in Grand Theft Auto, or like just a part that's devoted to nothing but side quests and whatnot. So yeah, I like doing or recording videos like that, but then when I have to edit them, it gets rough. Like, I procrastinate so bad, but yeah, I should be able to get that done relatively soon. And yeah, there's 4 chapters left after that, so Tokyo Mirage could end up going through April. If it doesn't, I will be starting up Exit, a puzzle game for the PSP. There was a DS version, but I heard that one wasn't as good. And then there was a sequel, which nobody talked about ever. But yeah, that would come after Tokyo Mirage, and after Colony Wars, which I really need to get back into. And that game is set up like weirder than I thought. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, I'm surprised by the level of branching paths that are in it. I'll see how long one go through takes, and then I might give it a second go through once I reach an ending, because there's like 6 different main endings, not counting bad endings. Like the one I had where I just flat out got a game over because I suck and I died in like the first set of missions. But yeah, may do a second run through after I get one ending. Though that said, I don't know how easy or hard it is to get certain paths, and on a subsequent playthrough or 2 or whatever, I will more than likely be using a guide, because some of these are very specific from what I could tell. Like, you have to fail certain missions to go down certain paths, and even in like every set of missions, there are alternate paths in those that can happen if you fail or succeed on certain things. So it's actually a pretty extensive game for a PS1 era game. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. After Colony Wars will be 428 Shibuya Scramble. A really, really strange visual novel. All I can say is sign me up for that, because I love strange visual novels. Especially one like that, because it has just so many branching paths and interweaving parts. Without spoiling too much, the main point of the game is to make it to the end with everybody alive. But choices you make in one path can affect a character in a different path, and it's really interesting. And apparently the game has 95 endings. That's kind of insane. And that makes me even more excited. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Concerning streams, I tried to do like a little thing over the quarantine where I would stream every night, but yeah, the unexpected schedule change last week just obliterated that plan. So I'll be going back to guaranteeing 2 streams a week. Of course, Mondays will still be there for Mega Man and Castlevania. Speaking of which, I will be wrapping up, hopefully, Rockman 4 Minus Infinity on Monday, and then we can get started on, well, I don't know if I'll have the time after beating that, because I have the Wily stages left and Skullman stage. So more than likely we'll be starting up Castlevania 2 next week. And I might do some impromptu streams or just whatever to try and grind through the last couple stages of Castlevania. I'm not going to let that game beat me. Not to mention, I've been watching like other people play it, and yeah, patience is key. Even on that nightmare hallway, you gotta have patience. And holy water. Because if you make it to the boss with holy water, you're more than likely guaranteed to win. But yeah, just going to keep alternating between Mega Man stuff and Castlevania. After Castlevania 2, we're more than likely going to be going into a Mega Man-like game. I'm just going to rotate like fan game, then ROM hack, then like inspired by and whatnot. So yeah, just to keep things fresh. As for the non-Megavania streams, it'll more likely just be something I'm playing at the moment, or I guess I could continue on with Yu-Gi-Oh! That's been fun. And we'll be getting into stuff that I'm not as familiar with. Like, I did watch some of GX, but like I didn't follow it all the way through. I have no experience whatsoever with watching 5Ds, Zexal, or V-Rains. But yeah, I mean, I've been having fun streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! And like it's just, it really makes me want to get back into like just actually playing the physical card game. And yeah, but also the physical card game got different from when I last played it. The fuck is pendulum summoning? I could probably figure it out. But yeah, I'll come up with something and have a little stream schedule. Oh yeah, and I haven't forgot about the weekend upload things. It's just when I run behind on weekday uploads, I want to try to catch up on those first, and then that pushes the weekend things even further by the wayside, but should be able to get back on track. Also, in case you missed it during March, I've updated my Patreon. Got 4 tiers based on the areas from Royal Land 4. The Emerald tier, which is $1, you get access to the patron-only section on my Discord. Priority access to queues for any multiplayer games I might stream. Your name in the credits of each YouTube video. Your name in the description of each YouTube video I publish. And you can participate in Patrons' Choice polls that I do, where you can select games for me to play, which is why I LP'd Colony Wars, Halo Reach, and Siphon Filter this year. Patron selected. Woo! The Ruby Passage for $5. You get all of that, and your name will be published in the end slate of all published YouTube videos. Speaking of end slate, thank you to Burning Earth Productions for creating an end slate for me. I was not expecting that at all. Sorry I haven't incorporated it yet. The Topaz Passage for $10, you get all the previous rewards, and next to your name in the description, you get a link to anything of your choosing, whether it be your own social media, your own Twitch or YouTube channel, a personal site, etc. And the Sapphire Passage for $50, you get all of the previous rewards, and you can select a game for me to stream that month. A guaranteed minimum of playing it for 12 hours, but I will also try my best to beat said game during that given month. I also added some more goals. Just figured I would do like something fun at every $25 level, while having bigger goals at bigger levels. Still need to plan out like what I'm going to be doing, because I just finally built my new PC, which was kind of a necessity at this point, because my laptop was dying. I don't know, once I start assessing like my equipment and stuff, there probably will be some equipment goals in there, like upgrading some capture cards, or maybe even building a website. I don't know. I got time to think about all of that. The current goals for right now, at $25, I will beat any Soulsborne game from start to finish on stream. Well, not in a single stream, but it will be streamed and I will beat it no matter how long it takes. I've also never really played a Soulsborne game aside from 30 minutes of Dark Souls 1, so that'll be interesting. And of course it will be up to a poll on which one I play. Once we reach $50, I will play through the Forbidden Spyro and Crash games. You know the ones. Like Crash of the Titans, Mind Over Mutant, the Game Boy Advance games, The Legend of Spyro. Oh god, that's gonna be scary. If we reach $75, a marathon stream of brand video games. I'm talking like Pepsi Man, I'm talking Chex Quest, I'm talking Sneak King, if that's even possible for me to play because I don't have an Xbox. I'm talking that Skittles game. Yes, there is a Skittles game whose name escapes me at the moment, despite the fact that I have it on my watch list on eBay. I really should have remembered what it's called. But yes, there was a Skittles game that was made for the GameCube. And it's a full-ass game. Like, it's actually in-depth. It has a story. It's kind of insane. But yeah, there will be at least 6 video games based on brands in that marathon stream. And if we reach $100, 7 games with 7 in the title as LPs instead of streams. Because some of these are RPGs and I'm not sure of how well I could pull off streaming an RPG where a lot of grinding and research would be involved. Like research in a sense of how do I min-max this, how do I get to this skill set and blah blah blah. So yeah, but those games are Final Fantasy VII, Dragon Quest VII, Resident Evil 7, Dynasty Warriors 7, Ys 7, Killer 7, and Chelsea and the Seven Devils. Why is this goal here? Well, why not? So that is the Patreon. Oh, and with all of the like video game goals and perk levels, like anything I play will not be gated to be Patreon only. Like they would be public on YouTube or Twitch or wherever. Because gating stuff behind a paywall, if I ever were to do something like that, it would just more likely be early access, but yeah. And some of the perk levels still feel a little bare bones, but they might be edited in the future, depending on certain things I have in store, which I won't go too in depth to, because, I mean, I'd rather not, like, announce anything until I've actually done, like, concrete work on them to actually maybe start up something. Learned over the years, you don't want to be too over ambitious, because that's going to make it a lot tougher when you ultimately give up or never start the thing in the first place. So I do have some things in mind for new little series and whatnot, but until I actually like start drafting stuff together, I won't really go above and beyond to announce them right now. Because at least then I'll know that I'm serious about it. And one final thing, ever since I started streaming, I've been streaming primarily on YouTube. But at one point I think I'm going to try to give Twitch a shot. I probably won't be testing out Twitch in April. But come May, I might try to give it an honest shot. With a special event that I've been planning for a while, though at least one of the games on there would be a nightmare to stream on YouTube. Though, I mean, some of these games that I have planned, they would more than likely get the VODs muted on Twitch. Though with YouTube's active content ID matching, as opposed to like manual DMCA takedowns on Twitch, but yeah, like with YouTube's active content ID system during streams, it can take a stream down for certain amounts of time. Like, it wouldn't be a strike on your channel, but I have seen people like just streaming things that on YouTube that just kept giving them constant content ID matches. And if you get so many in a certain time, the stream goes down for like maybe 10 to 20 minutes or so. So I would want to avoid that for certain games that I have planned on streaming, and Twitch would probably be the better suit for it, and the VODs would go up on YouTube. But yeah, I'll be sticking with YouTube through April, but then I'll be giving Twitch an honest try in May, and yeah, after that I'll probably put it to a vote, like what do people prefer, YouTube or Twitch? There's pros and cons to both sites, from both a user and a streamer standpoint. So yeah, both sites have things that the other doesn't, so yeah. And then there's always Mixer, but it's Mixer. Nobody talks about Mixer. So yeah, that's all I got. To go over everything again: Kid Icarus Uprising after Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations, Exit after Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which probably won't be ending in April, but it could. 428 Shibuya Scramble after Colony Wars. The upload schedule should be a little more consistent now that I'm sort of accustomed to this schedule change. Again, the Patreon has been updated with new perks and new goals. And after April, I'll be giving streams on Twitch a shot just to see how that goes. And VODs will still be put up on YouTube afterwards. So yeah, that's all I got for now. See you all next time. Goodbye.